Hi, my name is Glenn Story. I'm the founder and CEO of Patriot Mobile. I'd love for you to learn more about Patriot Mobile, www.patriotmobile.com/Gene V. More importantly, I'd like you to be a subscriber to his show. I mean, his Truthcast is amazing. And if you get to listen to some of them, you'll never go back. I really encourage you to come watch it.
Hi, my name is Mark McCleskey. I'm a national political consultant here at McShane LLC. We help candidates raise money and then invest it in a way that dramatically increases their chances of victory. That's why we work closely with our clients to develop tailored fundraising plans that cater to their specific needs and help them raise the necessary funds to win. Our team also assists with creating effective messaging and campaign strategies that appeal to the voters and improve a candidate's chance of winning. If you're looking for a political consulting firm that can help you raise funds, develop effective messaging, and win elections, then we're the right team for you. Let's talk about how we can help you achieve your goals.
Tim Walz, who is this guy? Many Americans are asking the interwebs over the last week. I never really heard of this guy. Well, you don't have to think back too far. Yet another governor who was committing violations against his constituents' rights during the COVIDian era, but so many bullet points one could talk about when it comes to Tim Walz. And one person we haven't got their opinion from yet is our good friend Gene Valentino of the Grassroots Truthcast. Gene, welcome to State of the Nation.
Gentlemen, always good to be with you. Every time you invite me back, I feel like I'm drinking water out of a fire hose. What part of this elephant do we eat first?
Well, better water out of a fire hose than never mind.
So, Gene, what do you think?
Timothy.
What do you think about this Tim Walz character? Is this a winner? Are we being punked? What is going on here? Things are changing so rapidly.
I really think that I could list off a litany of defects in this person that on face would have been a basis for Kamala Harris not to consider the man. So if she's going to consider the man for her vice president, why? You've got a guy who lets his own state and Minneapolis go up in flames. You've got this talk like, well, Black Lives Matter rioters were free to burn businesses. Walz enforced the strictest lockdown that ever led to the jailing of business owners who attempted to open rather than burn. It's obscene. His position on abortion, right up to the ninth month. Illegal aliens, welcome at taxpayers' expense, not only for a free ride, but to vote. Gutting our heritage is in plain sight. I could list 6 or 7 more things that disqualify this man, which tells me one thing. Someone's up to something here. There is a deep state narrative, gentlemen, you and I have talked about, that I think is the underlying premise for something going on here that's broader than Kamala Harris, that's broader than the campaign between Harris and Trump, that's broader than the defects in the Justice Department and how they've managed Donald Trump. Oh, you notice how quiet things have been lately about the claims of the judiciary, of the Justice Department against Donald Trump? May I take just a minute to read you something?
For sure.
Absolutely.
This is something that a friend gave me that says it all. And instead of me guessing, I'm just going to read it. Now, this was written in 1954 when I was 1 year of age. This was an opinion written at that time in 1954 by a former judge. And he writes the following: I am a student of law whose age right now is 85 years of age. My first year of college was 68 years ago. One class I took was political science. A half page of my textbook essentially outlined a few steps to overturn our democracy. Now, here's what's interesting. The chapters may have changed, the characters may have changed, but the story's still the same. Here's what he said back then about what could overturn a democracy. Number one, divide the nation philosophically. Number two, foment racial strife. 3, cause distrust of the police and policing authority. 4, swarm the nation's borders indiscriminately and unconscionably. Number 5, engender the military strength to weaken it. 6, overburden citizens with more unfair taxation. 7, encourage civil rioting and discourage accountability for all crimes. Number 8, control all of the balloting. And number 9, control all of the media. Now, that was printed in 1954 as a possible diabolic nightmare that has become an emerging reality since then, wouldn't you say? I hope that all Americans unite to pen a good word and to finish the protections of this constitutional republic, working within the structure of a democracy, which, as our recent leaders have said, is only one step away from failure and loss to communism.
Well, Gene, this is absolutely a communist revolution that we are living through. This is the bloodless coup that Nikita Khrushchev warned of. He said in 1961, I believe, that your grandchildren will be communists, will embrace communism. And that's what we're seeing. And it's the result of 50 years of communists taking over the teachers' unions and our public school classrooms. This is what you get when you focus on division, when you focus on race, when you focus on the trans agenda. This is the America you get. And so, unfortunately, it looks like we're getting the government we deserve, but much like the federal government brought down Al Capone, not for the myriad crimes he committed, but for tax evasion, it looks like Tim Walz's candidacy might be derailed, not for the legitimate concerns of him being an avowed Marxist agitator and dictator in his state, but because of his adventurous spirit and fun nature, good nature, back when he was a Nebraska farm boy, over-ingesting a supply of equine reproductive fluid, ended him up in the hospital. I'm thinking over-ingestion. I think the proper dosage is precisely 0 milliliters.
Exactly. You know, Timothy, you brought it back perfectly. I was talking about a deep state play, and I've often referred to the real enemy, George Soros. I look at this Tim Walz as nothing more than a ploy, one of the pawns in the scheme to try to take down our nation. To add to what you said, here's a traitor who was serving in the National Army National Guard and listed his pay scale as, I think it was an E7, and when it was an E8 when it was really an E7. He's deployed to go to Iraq and finds a way to bolt and cut out and leave his fellow soldiers behind. He ran from the intensity of battle instead of facing it like our other heroes and warriors have done to protect this nation. Land of the free, home of the brave, but the brave have worked for us and died for us. Tim Walz ran from us, and he's a vice presidential pick. Is testimony unto itself of what the presidential candidate is and the character of her decision making. I can't wait for the debate between Trump and Harris. He's on, Donald Trump's on TV worldwide right now as we speak, announcing the state of the nation and the world. And he's talking about certain things that he is presented with in trying to protect this nation and make us aware of the failings that are currently underway under who? Oh, wait a minute. It's Joe Biden. He hasn't left office yet. Where is he, guys? He's in a coma somewhere because I haven't heard from him. Have you?
Well, not much, and we're not even sure if it's actually him. Last thing I heard from him, he was warning the nation that there will likely not be a peaceful transition of power no matter what happens in the election. So that's a little alarming. We keep hearing these talking points, Gene. Gene, unfortunately, we're out of time. We're going to have to let you go. GeneValentino.com. And, of course, check out the Grassroots Truthcast with Gene Valentino. And keeps tuning in to State of the Nation because Gene will return. Gene, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, gentlemen.
It sure is. That's Gene Valentino with us right here on State of the Nation.